very much understood how well I was doing. However, the people above me just did not. So I was like, okay, I need to figure out how to fix that, because what I had recognized, especially with the layoffs, was it doesn't matter how good of a PMM I am and how much I execute. It's about how do I pair up the execution, the tactical level product marketing, with the internal authority and influence, and basically building myself up to be seen as a linchpin internally. So it was a mix of the strategy, but also the doing of the work. And I think that was the killer combination of what exceptional looks like across the board at any vertical of any company size, right? And I've hired people from my previous marketing team, and I recognize that that was a absolute must across like who was absolutely killer, and it was like they're an employee that we cannot afford to lose. And that was what I was trying to build myself up to do. So I did all of the sort of like product marketing roadshows, I did the one-to-ones, I really rebuilt my who I was and got the FaceTime, especially since I was working remotely for an American firm, right? So I needed to force the FaceTime to happen virtually and make sure that whenever I did speak, it came with conviction, it came with an assertive nature, it came with the knowledge that I had, and made sure that I was always on my game. So pairing that with doing really, really good work was like, that's what exceptional looks like. And for me, I'm naturally nosy. So I want to see how other PMMs are doing it as well, across different verticals, company sizes, with different levels of funding, with, you know, a shit manager, with a great manager. I want to see how are they adapting what they're doing in order to always be seen as someone who's pivotal to the role. The problem is a lot of organizations do not understand what product marketing is, right? Like we've kind of mentioned this on the podcast today. And the problem is they are the ones who are defining it. And therefore, they are not seeing us as a strategic role, but they're seeing us as a purely tactical role. The role that does the slide decks, that does the research, but just like hands it off to others. That isn't like, we're not naturally brought in to the conversations or the planning or the strategic implementation or the actual just like round off conversations, especially with the execs. We're not really brought in unless the organization understands what it is we do.